Please join me in welcoming Lieutenant Colonel Donnie Hasseltine.
Fellow Blue Jays, thank you. It's truly great to be here today. I'm just going to talk on a few things here, a little bit about what Jesuit means to me and what it still means to me, how it continues to influence me in my life, and then a little bit about tradition and experience. Look, when you graduate and go out in the world, you're going to look back and realize what an incredibly unique high school experience you had. For one thing, there are not going to be many people who can recite the first 11 lines of the Aeneid. I had to do a shout out from Mr. Knight. Is he here? Yep. All right. Look, I learned more in these walls than I could ever explain or repay. But hard to pick one thing, it's what Father Frank said about being a man for others. It's about service to others. And I think that has been the foundation and touchstone for my leadership and my experience in the time I've been in the Marine Corps. I'm not alone. Many of your fellow Blue Jays have worn and still wear the uniform of our country. Not just Father Frank, Brandon Gregoire here. When I commanded 1st Recon Battalion, which is one of the most storied units in the Marine Corps, each morning I passed by all of the pictures of the commanders who had gone before me. And each morning I passed a picture of Bo Higgins, class of '85, who had sat in that seat before me. Right now, in the unit I'm part of, 23rd Marines, the regiment that raised the flag on Iwo Jima in World War II, next July, Ross Parrish, class of '92, will be the commander there. So wherever you go in life, be it in New Orleans or around the country, the odds are there's going to be a fellow Jesuit grad who's walked before you, and even more, they're going to walk in your footsteps. There's no better time to come home to Jesuit in New Orleans than for the rivalry game between Jesuit and Holy Cross. It's a great tradition, and traditions have a way of grounding us. They give us a moment to pause and look back, but they also give us a direction to move forward. They sometimes change, evolve. New ones will grow up as old ones die, but at the end of the day, we as humans look back on them for a reason. I still vividly remember the Holy Cross game my senior year. It's probably one of the few, if only, the game I remember. It was our football team's 500th victory, and it was pretty decisive. But more than the score or the plays, what I remember was the experience. I won't go into the details, but I'll say I think the words at the Monday assembly after the game by Top Abshire's predecessor was something to the effect of, "Gentlemen, I enjoyed the togas, but the victory lap might have been a bit much." In the end, it was a spirit and experience of us all being together that will really sustain that memory. Today is the 99th time our schools have met and shared this experience of competition. But to focus on the scores and to keep track of the record of those years is to lose perspective, because while those years may give us a direction of today and tomorrow, they've already passed. They belong to others. But tonight's game is only going to happen once. And the ultimate experience and the ultimate question is, what experience will you add to that tradition? So regardless of what happens in the field tonight, instead of the score or the yard line, I just ask each of you to think just for a moment and be mindful about what this tradition is and what it means for you, for our fellow Blue Jays, for the Holy Cross Tigers on the other side of the stadium, and for the alumni of both our legendary schools. And then take that feeling and suck up that experience. In 20 years, you're not going to remember tonight's score. You may not even remember who won. But the experience of those moments and these connections with your fellow Blue Jays, that collective Blue Jay spirit, I guarantee you that you will remember. So as I leave today, I'm going to leave you with a challenge and to borrow from the Jesuits. Just offer that tonight, at this game, tomorrow, and later on in life, and whatever you do, ite inflammate omnia. Go set the world on fire. Thank you, Jesuit.